Portuguese Republic has accredited me as ambassador to the Republic of Ghana. I have the honor to present at the same time the letters of recall of my predecessor.
Yeah, thank you very much. You're warmly welcome. Yeah, Ghana's ties with attended school in Ghana. In our history lessons, we're told that the first Europeans to land on our shores were the Portuguese. And till today, the most famous tourist landmark in Ghana is the Elmina Castle, which was built by the Portuguese several centuries ago. And so our ties are historical. We also appreciate the fact that the Portuguese national airline flies directly to Accra, and so that improves people-to-people relationship. I've flown it before when I was going Sao Paulo. Myself is trying to re-establish our national airline, and at the appropriate time, we'll be looking for partners, and maybe if Portuguese want to expand economic relations with Portugal, and we believe that we can attract more investors to come and invest in Ghana. Ghana has a lot of natural resources, a lot of land, a lot of water. So for agriculture, for agribusiness, for mining, oil and gas, I mean, there's so many opportunities that we have here with a market size of almost 35 million people. And then also with the African Continental Free Trade Area, it's possible to reach a market size of 1.3 billion people in Africa. And so we believe that forging stronger economic ties and inviting more Portuguese business people to come and do business in Ghana would be a win-win, both in terms of I note the visit of my predecessor last year to Portugal. It was a high point of our relationship, and we hope that we'll be able to continue from that point. And so we want to warmly welcome you. West Africa currently faces problems to do with violent extremism, especially in the Sahel. And we are partnering with several of the countries in the EU, France, UK, Germany, and also with America in terms of building up the capacity to be able to resolve the issues of violent extremism in the Sahel. ECOWAS has gone through a bit of issues with 3 of the countries deciding to leave ECOWAS, but we're still in continuous dialogue with them. And I've appointed special envoy between us so that we can collaborate in the interest of our 2 people. But you're warmly welcome. I know that we don't have a Portuguese embassy here. I was quite surprised when I was told you came from Abuja, because with the kind of relationship we have with Portugal, I just assumed that we had an embassy here, but it's something that we can work on.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
So you're warmly welcome.
Thank you, Excellency, Mr. President. It's really a personal and professional honor to be here, to have this opportunity to present my credentials. We just reopened our embassy in Abidjan. I came to reopen the embassy, so the embassy reopened in 2023, and so maybe we'll be open in the future here in Accra. And I want to say Portugal is really a small country geographically, but we were present a little bit around the world during our history. And I was also to acknowledge the important role that from Ghana towards the stability and in initiatives for security in the region, like Accra Initiative also, and its efforts for the security in the region. And so well, now let's work for the cooperation between the 2 countries. It's true that we have important companies operating here in Accra, in Ghana, but we are going to try to, and the fact that we have the company TAP traveling from here to Ghana, it will be very important to call Portuguese enterprise and companies to be established here in Ghana. Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so let's drink a toast.
Yes. A toast
to the continued
Ghana,
friendly
Ghana
relations between Ghana and Portugal. Cheers.
Follow me. When I get there, I'll step aside. Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you His Excellency Mr. Conrad Vincent Medrick, High Commissioner Designate to the Republic of Seychelles to Ghana, but resident in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.
It is an honor for me to present to Your Excellency the letters by which the President of Seychelles, Mr. Wivelwan Kalawan, has accredited me as High Commissioner non-resident of Seychelles to Ghana, and also to present the letters of recall of my predecessor. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're warmly welcome. That's a long distance to travel. Addis Ababa. and so we want to welcome you. We know the historical ties that bind us, and that we both experienced British colonialism, and even long before our countries gained independence, the exile of the Asante King to Seychelles has created bonds that can never be broken, because we now have blood ties between Ghana and Seychelles. And so I believe that we can build on that to make the relation even closer in terms of our cooperation in various fields. We know that the ocean and the blue ocean economy is very important to Seychelles. We have started an initiative with regards to the blue economy to try to safeguard our maritime resources. And we're also quite conscious of the effects of climate change, especially on island nations like Seychelles. And so we stand in solidarity with all the island nations to ensure that the appropriate things are done to keep global warming within the targeted range, in order that it reduces the adverse effects that it can have on countries like Seychelles. We also have an interest in issues of illegal fishing and piracy. And I think that is an area where we can share experience and best practice. And I believe that that would be something we can work on together. I'm aware that the head of state visited during the 100th anniversary of the exile of the King of Asante. And I think that that was a high point of our relationship. And we should be able to build on that, you know, to expand the cooperation between us. We've signed the African Continental Free Trade Area, both our countries, and so it should make it possible for us to increase the level of trade that we have. But I believe that we need to activate the Permanent Joint Commission for Cooperation, and that can become the vehicle and the instrument for upgrading cultural exchange, people-to-people exchange, and also to learn from Seychelles' experience with tourism, because tourism is a well-developed sector there. We have a growing tourism sector, but it's not as developed as it is in Seychelles, and so I think that there's a lot that we can do to cooperate so that we learn from each other. And so you're warmly welcome again, and we hope that during your tenure we'll move the relationship between our two countries to the next level.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wish to present to you greetings from the President of Seychelles and our 120,000 people from Seychelles. As you rightly mentioned, we have a lot, 120,000.
You can hold your elections in one stadium. You can gather all the people in one stadium.
Yes, that's right. Yes, but one thing, President, we are going to have elections on the 27th of September.
Okay.
In fact, it's written in the Constitution now. There was a constitution amendment to set the date for the elections.
Okay.
So, but the thing is that we have to have it over 3 days. Because we have so many islands, 120 islands.
I understand.
And some are inhabited. So to get the ballot boxes fly to these places, you know.
Islands,
but on the 27th, Saturday, it's a main voting day.
Okay.
So, but the results is announced in the morning. So the president is busy campaigning. I had the honor to be with him here in Accra in November, and we had a very, very interesting program. So we managed to sign 4 MOUs, agreements, and in the fields of culture. I'm happy to note that the cultural part is moving. We've had visits from Seychelles to Ghana, and we're now looking forward to the signing of, I mentioned to the minister yesterday, for health, the trade, the fisheries agreement. You know, in terms of fisheries, we've had some cooperation, especially between our two tuna canning factories,
Yes.
which is the biggest in Africa.
Yeah.
And at one point, one Seychelles, one national was in the top management of the canning factory here.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and then he went back as head of
I
the
think that's
Seychelles.
Pania Foods, eh?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. The tuna canning factory.
That's right, yes. So, yeah, in the field of blue economy, there's so much more that we can expand on. And Seychelles now is concentrating a lot on the ocean, which we owe. Tourists is, you know, you don't owe the tourist. They come and go, but it's the number one activity.
Yeah.
So COVID taught us a good lesson, you know. No tourist was coming, so so it was a big issue. But now we are diversifying aquaculture, you name it. But at the same time, we have a lot of challenge. So from time to time, we catch the fishing vessels especially from Sri Lanka,
Yeah.
Madagascar, and then also we have a lot of illicit trade. You know, like drugs, trafficking. You know, from neighboring countries like Iran is is the main one. So these are areas that we can collaborate. So anyway, we have quite a number of Ghanaian working in Seychelles, the descendants from King Prempeh, and I think there are over 700 now Ghanaians in Seychelles, and then of course we have our Seychelles community here. In Accra, in Ghana. Last time when the president came, we managed to meet the community.
Okay.
There was around 20 of them who came for the function at the hotel.
Okay.
So we have a lot in common that we can develop, share together. And in fact, Ghana was one of the countries that our president has been on official visits in time, having this visit to Kumasi. With the king. So we are like brothers and sisters.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President.
No, thank you. You're warmly welcome again. Thank you. We'll drink a toast.
Yes.
So we'll drink a toast to the continued good relations between Ghana and Seychelles. Cheers.
Cheers.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you His Excellency Mr. Citizen Jesus Alberto Garcia, Ambassador Designate, the Bolivian Republic of Venezuela, to Ghana.
Excellency, President, thank you for this moment. It's very important for Venezuela, and the relationship with Ghana is historical.
Thank you.
Right.
Gracias.
Oh, me gasé en
Yes,
tweet.
it means thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Let me give the water.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much, and warmly welcome. We're happy to have you today present your credentials to solidify the relationship that exists between Ghana and Venezuela.
Usted está bienvenido a presentar sus credenciales aquí y para fortalecer la relación entre Ghana y la República Boliviana de Venezuela.
Ghana and Venezuela are in the stages of development, and we're fighting to improve the quality of life of our people, to create prosperity for our people and grow our economies.
Ghana y Venezuela están en el proceso de desarrollar el pueblo y también y también desarrollar la calidad de vida de los pueblos, del pueblo.
Yes.
And so there's a lot that we can cooperate on in terms of the challenges that we face, because the challenges we face are the same.
Hay muchas cosas que ambos países pueden colaborar porque los desafíos son los mismos.
And one of the things is how to diversify our economies and create more employment for our people.
Y uno de estos desafíos es cómo se diversifica la economía y crear más trabajo para el pueblo.
Venezuela has been an oil exporting and petroleum country for a long time.
Venezuela ha sido un país que exporta hidrocarbones por un tiempo largo.
Ghana too has a growing oil and gas industry.
Y Ghana también tiene un crecimiento de hidrocarbones.
And so there's a lot we can do in the field of exchange of technology and expertise.
Entonces hay mucho que podemos colaborar en términos de intercambio de tecnología.
But I know Ghana is the second leading exporter of cocoa in the world, but I know Venezuela also has a growing cocoa industry.
Ghana es el segundo exportador de cacao en el mundo y también Venezuela también tienen un crecimiento exportación de cacao.
And so that's another area in which we can have an exchange.
Entonces es también un lugar que podemos tener una colaboración.
Recently, we have signed an MOU to collaborate with Colombia on coffee growing, but I know that Venezuela also has a good coffee industry, and so we'll be happy to exchange technology on growing coffee.
Recientemente el país ha firmado un memorándum de entendimiento con Colombia con respecto a café, pero sabemos que Venezuela también tiene estos conocimientos en la producción de café y este es un lugar que podemos colaborar.
But we stand in solidarity with each other.
Y estamos en solidarización con vosotros.
And we uphold the principle of non-interference in the internal affairs of
Y-
other countries.
Y estamos con el principio de no interferencia en los políticos de otros países.
And so we hope that his tenure as ambassador will see an even greater collaboration between Ghana and Venezuela.
Con su tiempo como embajador de República de Bolivia a Ghana, esperamos ver más colaboración entre ambos países.
Gracias.
Gracias a usted.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
Muchas gracias, Su Excelencia
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
John Dramani Mahama, por recibirme en esta tierra.
Thank you very much for receiving me in your own country.
Para mí es muy importante como hijo de la diáspora africana
For me, it's very important as a child of the African diaspora
llegar a la tierra de mis ancestros.
to arrive in the land of my ancestors.
Al mismo tiempo,
At the same time,
recordar todo el esfuerzo que hizo Su Excelencia Kwame Nkrumah
at the same time, I remember all the efforts that His Excellency Kwame Nkrumah did
por hacer la conexión entre África y la diáspora,
to have the
but more y Du Bois, por la conexión con Sylvester William from Trinidad and Tobago
with the
Williams,
connection.
Padmore, and Du Bois. Yeah.
and Du Bois.
Those were all Pan-Africanists. Yeah.
Voilà.
Connects strongly.
Y recuerdo que ellos se encontraron en Manchester,
And he remembers that together they found Manchester
en el 5º Congreso Panafricano.
in the 5th
A
Congress, a
Pan-African
Pan-African Congress.
Y de ahí surgió la idea
And,
extraordinaria
and thus the idea, extraordinary idea, was created
de una lucha contra el colonialismo.
with a fight against colonization.
Yeah.
Y después de tiempo, el presidente Hugo Chávez,
After the time of President Hugo Chavez,
cuando va a crear el proyecto África-Suramérica,
when they were going to create the project Africa-South America,
se va a inspirar en Kwame Nkrumah.
pardon?
Se va a inspirar
The
en
inspiration
Kwame
of-
Nkrumah.
Inspiration of the
Dr. Kwame.
En Kwame Nkrumah.
Of Dr. Kwame
Dr.
Nkrumah.
Nkrumah. Por eso es muy importante
For this is very important.
cuando usted envió una carta,
When you send a letter,
cuando el presidente Chávez murió,
when President Chavez died,
envió una carta al pueblo
Yeah.
de Venezuela.
you sent a letter to the people of Venezuela.
Fue muy conmovedora para nosotros.
It was very commemorative for them.
Y nosotros celebramos
We,
hoy
in today we celebrate
reimpulsar las relaciones
to reintroduce the area of hydrocarbon
en el área del cacao,
in the area of cocoa,
en el área de la tecnología,
in the area of technology.
y queremos agradecer
And we want to thank you,
su solidaridad
your solidarity
frente
before
a las medidas criminales
other criminal measures
que Estados Unidos tiene contra Venezuela.
that the United States has against Venezuela.
Quiero dar muchas gracias a usted,
I want to thank you very
a su
much
gobierno
to your government
y a nombre del pueblo de Venezuela
and in the name of the people of Venezuela
de haber recibido
for having received
a este. Muchísimas gracias, presidente.
very
Me ganas. Ok.
Between the Republic of Ghana and the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay.
Right.
Good, libation.
President, I have the honor to present to you His Excellency Mr. Komfuli Swariba, Ambassador-designate of the Republic of Chad to Ghana, resident in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire.
Monsieur le Président,
Mr. President,
j'ai l'honneur de
I
vous
have the honor
présenter
to
les
present to
lettres
you
de créance par
the
laquelle
letters of
le
credence
maréchal du Tchad,
by which
Mahama Idriss Déby Itno,
my
m'accrédite
president
en qualité d'ambassadeur
is
extraordinaire
accrediting
et
me
plénipotentiaire du Tchad.
as ambassador plenipotentiary and extraordinary for Chad.
Merci. Bonne arrivée. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Let me warmly welcome you on the presentation of your credentials as the accredited ambassador of the Republic of Chad to the Republic of Ghana.
Merci beaucoup. Je tiens premièrement à vous accueillir en tant qu'ambassadeur pour le Tchad, la République du Tchad, vers le Ghana.
Ghana and Chad have had close relations historically.
Le Ghana et le Tchad ont eu des relations très très proches historiquement.
From the era of our first presidents, Kwame Nkrumah and President Tombalbaye.
Depuis le premier président Kwame Nkrumah et le premier président de Tchad.
I also, as chairman of ECOWAS, had a close relationship with President.
De la commission de la CEDEAO, j'ai eu une relation très proche avec le président Idriss Déby.
And we're all shocked about his sudden death.
Et nous avons tous été très choqués par son passage prématuré.
Because I remember as chair of ECOWAS my visit to Chad to solicit the cooperation of Chad, which was a Central African state, with ECOWAS in our joint fight against Boko Haram.
Et je me souviens parce que alors que j'étais à la tête de la CEDEAO, j'ai entrepris une visite pour solliciter son aide pour combattre le Boko Haram à l'époque.
And when I went to him,
Et chercher son aide, il a, avec beaucoup de plaisir, voulu nous aider et il a voulu rejoindre l'armée qui devait être mise en place pour combattre ce terrorisme-là.
yeah, and Chad played a very important role in breaking the back of the Boko Haram extremists.
Et le Tchad a joué un rôle très important dans le combat contre le Boko Haram et a aidé à avoir la victoire contre le Boko Haram à l'époque.
But our sub-region is not free from violent extremism. The whole of the Sahel continues to face the threats of violent extremists. And so we have to continue that collaboration with Chad.
Bien qu'on a eu cette victoire à l'époque, notre sous-région est toujours sous la menace d'extrémistes et terroristes. Et donc nous devons tout faire pour combattre la menace qui existe toujours dans la région, y compris le Sahel.
Yeah, but because none of us is safe if all others are not safe.
Parce qu'aucun d'entre nous, en tant que pays, sera en sécurité si nous ne sommes pas collectivement en sécurité.
And on the economic front, we have to increase our collaboration because of the African Continental Free Trade Area.
Et en tant que sur le plan économique, nous devons continuer à collaborer sur le plan de la ZLECAf.
At the time I visited President Itno, he was talking about setting up a meat processing plant to export beef especially.
À l'époque, quand j'ai rendu visite à votre président, il m'a fait part du fait qu'il voulait mettre en place une compagnie pour transformer la viande.
Ghana imports a lot of beef and meat products from South America. And so if a fellow African country has a comparative advantage for production of meat under the African Continental Free Trade Area, we should be able to import the bulk of our meat from Chad.
Le Ghana fait entrer beaucoup de viande en tant qu'export, import, pardon. Et si nous avons un pays frère comme le vôtre qui a un avantage dans ce domaine, pourquoi ne pas privilégier dans l'Amérique du Sud, par exemple, avec qui on fait affaire actuellement?
Ghana, like Chad, is an oil exporting country, and the time has come for us to consider adding value to our natural resources before we export.
Le Ghana comme le Tchad, nous exportons l'huile, le pétrole, les produits pétroliers. Et il est temps d'ajouter de la valeur à ces produits-là pour pouvoir grandir exponentiellement.
So there's a lot that we can do together, and I hope that in his period as ambassador, we'll be able to move our relationship to the next level.
Il y a beaucoup de choses qu'on peut faire ensemble et donc nous espérons que pendant votre mandat, il y a beaucoup de choses.
And even though he's not resident here, Abidjan is just next door, and so we are hopeful that we'll see him more frequently.
Et bien que vous n'êtes pas résident à Accra, Abidjan n'est pas très loin. Nous savons que nous allons vous voir très très prochainement et très souvent ici à Accra.
So you're warmly welcome.
Et donc bienvenue chaleureusement.
Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Je suis très touché par vos mots de bienvenue et par l'accueil que j'ai pris d'accepter à travers ma modeste personne les félicitations du président maréchal Mahama Itno, qui vous félicite pour votre brillante élection.
I humbly present to you on behalf of my president the warm felicitations of our country on your election.
Qui date de longtemps déjà. Nous avons de relations depuis fort longtemps, depuis l'indépendance du Tchad, d'histoire. Quand on pense à Jerry Rawlings, quand on pense à Kwame Nkrumah, vous êtes un exemple en Afrique.
My mission here has been simplified by your initial address. Our two countries have had a very long-standing relationship, and you, Nkrumah, we also remember fondly the President Jerry John Rawlings, who all played a very important part in Africa and in our country's existences.
La vision du maréchal du Tchad rejoint la vôtre, dans le sens que nous devons aller en avant pour l'Afrique et que nous ne pouvons pas aller individuellement.
My president's vision aligns with yours, and it is indeed a Pan-Africanist one, which means that we have to affront our issues together as one body or as one entity.
C'est cette union qui était chère au président Nkrumah et que nous devons marcher sur cette voie, et tous les présidents africains en sont conscients, dont vous parmi les premiers.
The embodiment of that vision.
Vous avez touché le côté de l'économie. Sans économie, il n'y a pas de diplomatie. Aujourd'hui, l'économie va ensemble avec la diplomatie.
You mentioned the areas of collaboration when it comes to the economy. Without economy, we can't have diplomacy. And so we also look forward to engaging it on that note.
Je pense que nous pouvons avoir des échanges avantagement pour chacun de nous. Des échanges qui soient profitables et au Ghana et au Tchad.
I believe that exchanges, our trade can be mutually beneficial to both Ghana and to Chad.
Vous l'avez souligné, le Tchad a en effet un gros lot de bétail. Le Tchad produit beaucoup de bétail. Et le Tchad produit ce qu'on appelle la gomme arabique utilisée dans les pharmacies. Le Tchad a la moitié désertique. Et vous savez, il y a des gens qui rêvent d'aller monter même à dos de chameau dans le désert pour faire de tourisme. Donc tout ça, c'est des atouts du Tchad et que nous pouvons coopérer ensemble pour en bénéficier l'un et l'autre.
You made mention of the fact that Chad has a lot of cattle, and it is indeed true. We also have a lot of deserted areas, desertic areas, where they can be used for tourism. I recall that there are certain persons who go to those areas to climb the camels and go around on camel rides. And so all these areas are areas that we can potentially collaborate on.
Nous exportons des bétails sur pied vers le Nigeria depuis des années. Nous avons commencé par le troc, c'est-à-dire échange contre les marchandises, bétail contre marchandises. Maintenant, nous avons développé l'abattoir. Nous avons développé de l'abattoir justement grâce aux pays qui vous vendent de la viande, grâce à l'expertise de l'Amérique du Sud. Nous avons développé, et à N'Djamena et dans une région du Tchad, l'abattoir qui permettra donc d'exporter de la viande du Tchad, qui est d'ailleurs très prisée dans le monde et depuis toujours.
We've also had exports, received a lot of expertise from partners in South America as well.
Il y a également le sous-sol. Vous êtes les premiers à exploiter le sous-sol, parce qu'on a parlé de l'or du Ghana à l'époque, or en sous-sol, qui n'est pas exploité, qui est exploité presque de façon artisanale. Peut-être on aura besoin de votre expertise dans ce domaine également.
Chad would also need Ghana's expertise when it comes to the exploitation of minerals. We have a lot of gold in the northern and southern parts of Chad, and so we also look forward to collaborating with Ghana to exploit our minerals.
Monsieur le Président, je ne veux plus abuser de votre temps. Je vous remercie pour le temps que vous m'avez accordé, malgré vos lourdes charges. Je vous souhaite un bon mandat et une bonne collaboration avec le Tchad. Et je vous remercie.
Mr. President, thank you so much once more for your time, and I wish you a very successful mandate as President of Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you. You're warmly welcome. Let's drink a toast.
On va prendre un toast. Le vote vert ici, monsieur. Ambassadeur.
To the continued good relations between the Republic of Ghana and the Republic of Chad.
Aux bonnes relations
À votre
renouvelées
santé.
entre
À
le
votre santé.
Ghana et
Merci.
le Tchad.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you His Excellency Mr. Maxime Mangualomengo, High Commissioner.
Excellence, Monsieur le Président de la République, j'ai
Excellency
l'honneur de
President.
vous remettre les lettres de rappel de mon prédécesseur, ainsi que les lettres par lesquelles Son Excellence Monsieur Brice Clotaire Oligui-Nguema, Président de la République, chef de l'État, chef du gouvernement, m'accrédite auprès de votre Excellence en qualité d'ambassadeur extraordinaire et plénipotentiaire.
Excellency President of the Republic, I present to you my letters of credence by which my President, President Nguema, makes me ambassador, plenipotentiary extraordinaire of Ghana, of Gabon to Ghana.
Merci. Bonne arrivée.
Merci beaucoup, Excellence.
Pouvez vous asseoir.
Of Gabon to Ghana.
Merci d'être venu, Monsieur l'ambassadeur. Le président tient à vous accueillir chaleureusement ici en tant que le représentant de votre pays ici au Ghana.
And let me once again pass my gratitude through him to President Oligui-Nguema for attending my inauguration.
Et il voudrait remercier le président à travers de vous pour sa présence ici lors de son investiture au Ghana.
And I'm also happy that I had the opportunity to reciprocate by attending his investiture after he successfully won the last elections.
Et lors de sa présence à l'investiture du président Nguema.
Everybody is excited about the new opportunities opening up to Gabon.
Tout le monde est très content des nouvelles opportunités qui s'ouvrent et qui s'offrent au Gabon.
We believe that Gabon serves as an example to other nations in uninterruption as Gabon.
Qui passe par la même transition au niveau politique.
Gabon has successfully gone through a transition. It has worked on its constitution, and it went through successful elections, and President Oligui was elected.
Le Gabon a pu traverser l'ère qu'il y avait avant vers une ère démocratique, et le président Nguema a gagné lors des élections qui ont été organisées récemment.
I believe that this shining example and the prospects open to Gabon are what informed Gabon's inclusion among the 5 countries that have recently been invited to the United States.
Et c'est pour cela que le Gabon, probablement, a été invité parmi les 5 pays aux États-Unis actuellement.
We already have a few issues on which we have started some collaboration, and we want to build it up. Ghana has quite some experience with our free zones and special economic zones, and I know that there's a relationship between the 2 countries where Ghana is giving technical cooperation to Gabon to establish its special economic zones.
Le Ghana a au sein de notre économie des zones qui sont préférentielles à certaines sociétés. Et nous sommes en train de collaborer avec le Gabon pour établir le même système au Gabon.
There are many other areas in which we can extend our collaboration, especially with the signing of the African Continental Free Trade Area.
Il y a beaucoup d'opportunités qui s'offrent, notamment grâce à la ZLECAf, qui offre beaucoup d'opportunités de collaboration.
So it's my hope that we would revive our Permanent Joint Commission for Cooperation so that it becomes a vehicle on which we build up the relationship between our two countries.
Et donc, le président espère que nous allons mettre en place une commission jointe de coopération qui va permettre, en tant que véhicule, d'échanger et pour mettre en place tous ces projets de collaboration que nous avons pour nos deux pays.
So I want to warmly welcome him and to express a wish that during his tenure as ambassador, our relations will grow even closer.
Et le président vous félicite et espère que lors de votre mandat, notre collaboration va agrandir et donc bienvenue une fois de plus.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Je voudrais vous dire grand merci pour l'honneur que vous me faites de me recevoir ce matin.
Thank you for the honor for receiving me this morning.
Je voudrais, pour cet instant solennel, vous exprimer toute ma gratitude.
And I thank you for this opportunity.
Et je voudrais saisir l'occasion, Monsieur le Président de la République, pour vous transmettre les salutations de votre collègue, Son Excellence Monsieur Brice Clotaire Oligui Nguema.
And I would want to bring you the warm felicitations of your colleague, President Brice Clotaire Nguema.
Et réitérer ces remerciements pour votre présence personnelle lors de son investiture.
And he would like to thank you for your presence during his investiture as president.
Nous voulons vous remercier aussi pour toutes les marques d'amitié manifestées par le Ghana durant toute la période de la transition de notre pays.
And he would like to thank you for all the demonstrations of friendship during the transition period.
Et le Ghana s'est mis aux côtés du Gabon pendant cette période et nous avons avec joie accueilli votre présence personnelle lors évidemment de cette investiture, comme je l'ai dit tantôt.
Ghana and Gabon have always been very close, and we were very happy that you were able to attend the investiture.
Le Gabon et le Ghana ont une histoire commune. Nous avons une communauté de destin, nous avons les mêmes intérêts, que ce soit au niveau régional et sous-régional, au niveau international. Le Gabon, évidemment, et le Ghana ont une communauté de destin.
Ghana and Gabon have the same destiny, same ambitions when it comes to the policies that we want to put in place on the national level, continental level, and also on the global level.
Et pour l'excellence de relations diplomatiques, la coopération qui existe si heureusement entre les deux pays, je voudrais inscrire ma mission pour la consolidation des acquis qui existent déjà entre nos deux pays.
And my presence here as ambassador, first of all, would be to consolidate all the gains diplomatically that we've been able to amass.
Densifier cette coopération par l'exploration, l'identification des nouveaux axes de coopération.
And I would like to also explore new areas of cooperation.
Parce que le Ghana est un grand pays sur le plan économique et sur le plan politique, effectivement, le Ghana est un laboratoire aujourd'hui et le Gabon voudrait bien s'inspirer de l'expérience ghanéenne.
On the economic side, Ghana has a lot to teach Gabon. It's a big economy, and so we look forward to collaboration in that regard, as well as in the regard of your political stability. Ghana is basically like a laboratory, a library for Gabon, and so we look forward to learning from you in that regard as well.
Et je voudrais, Monsieur le Président, indiquer simplement que nous avons une forte communauté gabonaise à Accra, au Ghana, constituée majoritairement d'étudiants. C'est tout le signe de l'excellence de la formation et de l'éducation dans votre pays.
And Mr. President, I would like to highlight the fact that there are a lot of Gabonese nationals in Ghana, and most of them are students, which is a testament to Ghana's very strong educational system in the country.
Et je pense, avec le concours de toutes les autorités ghanéennes, que ma mission aura les résultats escomptés pour le bien de nos deux peuples.
And I'm very sure that my mandate will bring a lot of good.
Et pour la chaleur du peuple ghanéen.
So thank you once more, Mr. President, for your warm welcome and for the welcome of the Ghanaian people.
Thank you very much.
Merci.
You're warmly welcome once again.
Et bienvenue une fois de plus. Merci encore. Thank you very much. J'emporte un toast. Donc votre verre ici.
So we'll drink a toast to the continued warm relations between the Republic of Ghana and the Republic of Gabon.
Porter un toast pour les relations entre nos deux pays pour qu'ils fructifient.
Yes. À votre santé.
Votre santé.